Hey crafts and curls, here's my entire wash and go process. The only thing that's missing is the full saturation in the pre-poo. Those two steps are absolutely necessary. But we're going to start with the shampoo, and that's the next important step where I am clarifying my scalp. And I'm just going to speed through most of this and just kind of give you a review of what I'm doing. So as I said, first I completely saturate my hair to remove product buildup, and after that I'm adding the pre-poo on my hair. And if you'd like to see that, I have a full tutorial on how I apply the pre-poo on my hair. So after I rinse all of that out, I go in to the sections, section by section, and shampoo my hair as you see me doing here. And then I totally rinse that out section by section as well. Keeping my hair in section helps me because I have high density hair and kinky coily hair. If I were to hair type my hair, it would be 4B, 4C hair. My hair is always shrinking. So keeping my hair elongated during the wash and go process is a must. And it helps me to avoid super challenging detangle sessions. So it helps to ease my detangling. So after the shampoo, I'm going in with a deep condition, and I'm still keeping it into sections. I'm just applying the deep condition in each section, and I'm doing a Bantu knot just so that I can prep each section before adding my plastic cap. And once I add my plastic cap, I'm going to sit under a hooded dryer for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm back. So once again, keeping my hair in sections, I'm going to rinse out this deep conditioner fully because I don't want to over condition my hair with the heated deep condition that we applied. So I'm going to rinse that out thoroughly, but I'm still going to go in with another conditioner so that I can detangle my hair. But first I need to rinse this out completely. Another good thing with having my hair in sections while I do my wash and go is that I can lift it and I can make sure that I'm getting into each section. So for my conditioner in detangle, it's a lot easier because I have already pre-pooed my hair, and during the pre-poo I do detangle my hair as well. So this detangle is much easier. It is so much easier. So when I'm detangling my hair, I start at the very ends and I work my way up gently. And I do detangle my hair in different directions, forwards, backwards, from the top, ensuring that I clear out all the tangles from every direction. So when I apply the conditioner, I apply it with a praying hands motion and I squeeze it into my hair just to make sure that it is distributed throughout the entire section. Once again, my hair is pretty dense, high density, so I want to make sure that the conditioner is getting everywhere and so that my detangling is pretty easy. And I rinse my hair in sections as well. It makes no sense for me to untwist my hair at this point because I've detangled it. If I untwist my hair, it will just be a bit unruly and it will get tangled up all over again. So I definitely keep my hair in twists while I rinse out the conditioner. And the sections help me to make sure that I'm getting into every part of my hair underneath, all around, the front, the back, the sides, and everything. So after we're fully rinsed, I am going to moisturize my hair. I'm switching my water source from the handheld shower head to a spray bottle. So I am moisturizing each section, and before that I saturate my hair with water. Before the moisturizer I saturate my hair, then I moisturize, then I saturate my hair once again. And so I do my hair in rows. I start with the back of my hair, the back row, and then I work my way up to the very front of my hair. And the reason that I start in the back is because my hair is kinky coily, so it's always shrinking. So I am okay with starting my hair in the back, knowing that it's going to shrink by the time I make it to the front. So in doing this, I create a faux bob look in my hairstyle. And that's much better than starting in the front and having the shrinkage and having it long in the back, because that would be like a mullet. Ain't nobody got time for a mullet. So section by section, row by row, I'm ensuring that my hair is dripping wet with water before I add the moisturizer and after I add the moisturizer as well. And keeping these sections clipped for better control. I have my hair in two side parts just in case I want to switch my side part during the week or before my next wash and go. I have options. So once I have everything moisturized, I reverse clip everything up out of the way so that we can start with the gel. And for this wash and go, I'm using gel and mousse. And you'll be able to see my process a bit more slowly. So this is the real-time application here. I'm going in with the gel, and when I apply the gel, I apply it still section by section. And I rub it in really good until I don't feel the slipperiness of the moisturizer. And then after the gel, I immediately go in and apply the mousse. And the mousse helps me to separate my curls individually. It's kind of like a shingling. And so I'm able to separate my curls individually so that whenever I style my hair during the week, and fluff my hair, I won't have frizz, or I won't have as much frizz. Touching your hair during the week causes some frizz, but I significantly reduce the amount of frizz in my daily styling by separating my curls at this point. So still working row by row, starting with the back. And as you can see, my hair is definitely hydrated and moisturized because it is dripping on my forehead. And look at those curls. And if I don't want clumpy curls, it's necessary to separate them now so that they will set separated while I'm under the hooded dryer. And when I fluff, they will still be separated. So going to the next section, we've already completed the back. Now we're on the front. This section right here is a pretty large section. So it's going to be two. I'm going to definitely split this in half, or that back half first, and clip up that first half out of the way. So I'm adding 2 pumps of gel. I soak up my moisturizer. I decided to add a clip on this back section right here just to help with hang time, to prevent some shrinkage. So I'm adding 2 pumps of gel, and when I add the gel to my section, I rub this into my section until it no longer feels slippery from the moisturizer. And this lets me know that I have rubbed in the product and worked in the product very well. So we're rubbing in that gel really, really good. Making sure that the ends of my hair, the coils in my hair, are straight as well. And now I'm going in with the mousse over top of that gel. And with this allows me to go ahead and to separate each curl in a bit of a shingling method so that I can ensure that I have movement in my style and I'm able to have a low manipulation style because my curls are already separated. So when I go to fluff my hair on my daily styling, I'm not going to have a bunch of frizz, and my curls are not going to be velcroed together because I'm separating them during styling. And you see the whiteness of the gel, but this does set with my curls and it will become clear. So you definitely want to pull your curls apart so that all the way to the top so that the strands are in each curl and not between 2 curls. If that makes sense. So when I'm styling my hair, I like to work symmetrically. I have symmetrical sections on each side of my hair, and I like to work the same section on each side just so that I can have uniformity in my shrinkage. So I'm applying that gel and rubbing it in pretty good all the way to the tip. A way to get your product out from between your fingers is definitely to rake your hair with your hands. And these products are botanical products. They're very earth friendly, so it really doesn't sting my eyes, but I still don't want to get in my eyes. So once again, over here, I'm going to clip this back section so that it doesn't shrink too much while I am separating my curls, because this does take time, but once you do it more and more, it becomes faster and faster. It goes faster and faster. You'll be faster and faster with your technique, but it still takes time. It is truly a labor of love. And as you can see, I'm separating those curls from the bottom to the top so that none of my hair is velcroed together. And for some curls, depending upon your texture and your curl pattern, you may want to do a finger coil to encourage the curl if you don't have as much curl in some sections of your hair, because many of us have multiple textures throughout our hair. For me, the front of my hair, I have a looser texture than I do anywhere else. So if you find that you have different texture in your hair, you may have to do something different in different sections of your hair, depending upon the look that you want. So here I'm applying the gel, I'm squeezing it in so that it can be evenly distributed throughout this entire chunky section, and then just rubbing it until it does not feel slippery any longer, making sure to get all that product out from between my fingers and onto my hair. The temples of my hair sometimes are a bit challenging in absorbing the product. So one of the things that I do to help with that is to make sure that I cleanse that area really good to remove all the product buildup. I want to make sure that my hair is bare so that it is able to accept everything that I apply. And I find that sometimes the temple area of my hair, the product is hard to absorb. So I've made a point to be very intentional with removing product buildup from that area as well when I first start my wash and go. So in the saturation stage, I'm focusing on my temples just to make sure that I wet that section and I work the water into that section as well, because water is a product. Water is the first product. Water is the most important product, and I'm using water as a product to remove any buildup on my hair just so that I can create a bare surface to accept all the goodness that I'm giving it on this wash and go day. And as I said, you'll see the whiteness from this mousse, but that will set once my hair sets under a cool setting under my hooded dryer. Now, after styling with the gel and the mousse, it is important to set your hair. You want to set your hair under a cool setting, not dry your hair under a warm setting. We've just hydrated our hair, so we don't want to dry it out. We just want to set it. We want to set this style. It's kind of like a roller set. When you add mousse or the foaming hold to your hair and then you roll it and set under the dryer, it's the same thing. I'm adding the mousse and I'm forming the curls, and I'm going to set it under the hooded dryer on a cool setting. So now I'm going in with the mousse so that I can separate each section. And any shed hair that I have, I'm putting it on my hair catcher, because you don't want to put shed hair, dead shed hair, back into your hair, because it's going to create those fairy knots that we all love to hate. So at this stage, you can create individual curls as thick or as thin as you want. You can plump your curls however you like them to set together. So I'm removing those clips so that I can fluff that back section and kind of blend it into blend both of those sections together. This right here is the stage that you definitely want to set your hair. Whatever curls that you see right here, you'll be able to set them for your style. And if there's something that is not looking the way that you want it to look right now, if you don't like the way it looks now, you're not going to like the way that it looks when it sets. So you definitely want to take this time to add any additional water if you need to, as I'm doing right here. It takes a while to set your hair to create those individual curls. So all the while, your hair, of course, is air drying. So I want to make a point to keep it moisturized, keep it as wet as possible, which is why I just gave it another spritz of water. Even though it's dripping in my forehead, I still want to make sure that it's moisturized enough so that I can rub in the gel and so that I can rub in the mousse as well. And here I am rubbing in the gel into this section until it feels like it's no longer slippery. And these are the last two sections for this style. So now we're going in with the mousse so that I can separate my curls as I decide if I want to, which direction to put my hair on, which side part I'm going to use. I'm separating my curls in smaller sections, separating subsections so that I can better manipulate and manage those curls and place them exactly where I want them to be. And for the most part, your hair will naturally separate, so I'm not necessarily forcing these curls. I'm following the way my hair is naturally separating, and I'm going with that as far as how I'm separating my individual curls. My hair is telling me where it wants to go for the most part. And I have that last 2 pumps of gel in my hand. I'm rubbing it in so that I can add it to this very last front section here. And I'm rubbing that gel into my hair until I no longer feel the slipperiness from the moisturizer. That lets me know that I've rubbed it in pretty good. And I'm doing that before I add the mousse to this section as well. Getting out that gel in between my fingers. And it's rubbed in really good. If I were to stop here, this would be a very, very well-defined section. But I am going to add that mousse over top of this section. The mousse gives me another layer of protection, and it helps to hold my curls in place as well, and it helps to give me a bit of softness over top of the gel. This gel creates a nice cast. The mousse gives me a bit of softness on top of this cast, and it helps to hold down any flyaways that I may have as well. So I'm separating this section into subsections so that I can more easily separate the individual curls and make sure that I position them and lay them in the direction that I want my hair to go for the style. Because if it's not in the style that you want now, it's not going to set in the style that you want later. You definitely have to go into your wash and go with a certain level of patience and a certain level of expectation, and go in there with confidence. Give yourself some grace with your technique and with your styling. But definitely go in there knowing that you're going to have the look that you want and the patience to go in there and stay until you get the look that you want. Doing my hair in the shower with a mirror in the shower helps me so that I can see what my curls are looking like as I'm manipulating them, and with this shower bench so that it's comfortable, and that helps me to be patient in creating my style because I'm not uncomfortable, I'm not restless, my legs don't hurt, I'm sitting comfortably, and I'm able to create the style in my shower. I have a water source close so that I can rehydrate my hair if needed. I have like I said, the mirror close so that I can see what I'm doing. I can see how my hair is changing based on what I'm doing. I can tell if I need more product, if I need more water. I need to go back over a section the way I am right now and just fluff it out a little bit more. And so here I just put a little bit more mousse on my fingers, and I'm making sure that all the strands in the back of my hair are going in the same direction, because sometimes I have wonky curls in the back of my hair that flip upside down and they're just going in all directions. But I want to start my style with all of my curls going in the same direction, and I want them to set that way. So I'm just going through all the little edging and finishing touches so that my style will set like that, and why not touch up my eyebrows? So here's to an amazing wash and go. I'm pretty particular. At some point, you just have to let it do what it do. But we can do the best we can up until then, right? Of course. here's my finished look. I love it.